How we doing, traders? Welcome to the one, the only Money Mitch. We're going to talk all about some Bitcoin stocks today. You'll find out why I am short HUT. Yes, I said it. I'm short HUT. Find out all about it on this episode of Money Mitch. You guys smash the like. Let's get it started. Welcome to the show.
It's time for Money Making Mitch. When investors need a story, we're going to the moon. Welcome to Money Mitch, where story is everything. I'm here to find you the next opportunity. It's all about the green hands. Now we all know the bull market is here to stay. Money Mitch.
Going on, traders? How we doing out there? Definitely smash the like button if you guys are enjoying this show. Look at that already while waiting, hitting the like. That's what I like to see. RM, definitely hit it on up. Let's go ahead. Let's get into today's show. Of course, like we always do, we're going to talk about HUT. We'll get into that. Let's go ahead and talk about the overall market here and take a see what we're looking at right now. Right before the close, we started dipping down here. I wonder if we're going to start seeing a little bit of a retracement. Let's take a look here on the daily. We've been trying to get through this 470 level. I feel like we're going to start getting into a little bit of a chop zone here. So I'm going to start putting this level here at the 470s. And it looks like we could start going sideways at these levels. I'm going to close this one at the 464 level, and we'll put this one down here towards 463.50s on those body closes. We're going to look to see if it goes sideways here, or do we get back above this high? This high is 470.65. Going to be very important for us to get above that high. We'll see if we can clear that high tomorrow. 470.65. All right, let's go ahead and let's take a look at the Qs. What are we seeing on out there? Definitely smash the like if you guys are joining in, or maybe this is your first time on Money Mitch. Definitely say hello in the chat. Looks like we got Born Igor here. RM, if you're new, say hello. All right, taking a look at the Qs. We were watching this trend. We pulled on back. Now we're back towards that kind of topping action. The real question is, do we get back above 400? We've been looking for us to get above that level. Looks like we cracked right here. We're going back for that level. Let's see if we can clear it. And of course, it could become a resistance. We'll see if we start going sideways, a sideways period here, or do we get through that resistance, which is at that 400. We'll see what happens on the Qs there. Let's take a look at the sectors and the industry analysis today. So it looks like consumer cyclicals led us from the open, and then we have healthcare right behind that, energy on the downside, real estate and utilities. So definitely keep your eyes on those. One that I've been looking for a short in is Chevron. But as you guys can see, this hasn't wanted to turn around. Gas has just been gassing, can I say? But utilities definitely having to turn around. Real estate looking to pull back a little bit. With Zillow, you could see that one maybe continue on the downturn. Did Open keep pulling down? Yeah, it looks like it's pulling down also. Just be careful with these housing plays in the real estate sector right now. Let's go to a strong sector. Let's go to this consumer cyclical. We had this drawn out since originally it was updated on the 19th of August, and this was actually created on June the 11th. So since all the way back here, we've been looking at this kind of resistance to hold and what was going to happen. It's been in that sideways trend. We finally pushed on out, had a nice sideways, looking like we want to cut through that highs on the weekly. Let's take a look at what is strong right now. Home improvement stores have been really strong right now. If you take a look at the daily, of course, we got that breakout. Why did that happen? That happened because of Home Depot. You can clearly see it here. Look at that breakout. We'll see if this one can pull back a little bit. But also released FND, Berkshire. So pretty much they've been long this stock. I'm actually looking for some sympathy play in LL. I called this out today on live trading before the open. I said, you know what? Lumber liquidator to 18. Looks like we're closing up right up towards those levels. I was looking at that. It made sense on the daily. We went up through that 1750. That's where I would have called the long up there towards 18. We'll see if this can get there towards 1850 tomorrow. That's lumber liquidators. Let's look at the home improvement. What other ones are moving right now? Lowell's moving on up with that move. Ones that didn't move were Grow Generation here. So definitely cannabis stock turning around there. But these other plays looking good. ARHS2 is another one that I did not know about. This one is in kind of relatively new stock, but it could still rip. So keep your eyes on this one tomorrow. I'm actually put a level to alert me above this. Let's go to 1279s. So 1218s or 1280s will alert me, and I'll be able to let you guys know on live trading. What's going on, traders? How we doing out there? Matty Ice, what's up? How we doing? Be sharp. You want to know about IRNT? I'll definitely take a look at it. If you stick around, we'll get in it. Prague was one that we traded live on live trading with Benzinga. If you guys didn't catch that, I literally broke it down before the market opened, into the market, and as the price action was happening, and we saw that one move. PROG, I think that one's not Prague. PRG is a different one. Yeah, wrong one. The PROG is the one that I was calling. PRG is another one. That's Prague Holding. I think people are mistaking this one for the other ones. I'm not sure exactly. I'm going to stay away. I don't know really about PRG. I know about PROG, but we'll see what happens. Did you short Hut? Yes, stick around, Salen. I'm going to talk all about that coming on up, and we'll find out. How do you think DM is looking? Oof, it's in a downtrend, and glad that I sold it and I took my gain there. I saw a turnaround. I'll talk about that coming on up. So consumer cyclicals, what other ones were moving today? Auto manufacturing, of course, lucid dreamers. Where are the lucid dreamers at? Throw the one in the chat, or forget that. Just throw up lucid in the chat. I want to see if you guys are out there lucid dreaming. Definitely look like we're trying to get into the gap zone. I thought we would stop somewhere near the 53s today. We're up towards the 56. Of course, this was going to come out that it was going to be on Mad Money today. I think this is a topping event into that the close there. So what you're going to get here is a close of this gap. Let's go back towards that and really nail that down. The spaces here. So the gap is actually more long going towards this close right here, towards the body. So that's up there towards 56. You can draw this down spot too from the body also. Now let's go back towards where we're at right now. Looks like we're getting towards that high right now. So that's where I would start expecting that turnaround. Where do we see it? Let's see what we get here. Looks like even the box itself, we're starting to get above those levels. Let's look at the hourly. So where could it come into spot is about 57.37. Looks like we're at there. So definitely pay attention towards that as we get into the 57s. I do think we're going to get a little bit of a turnaround. How could you have measured this move and look for that kind of breakout? Is you could also measure here the what I call the flags, right? So the flag pattern here is how far from the breakout. This was about $13 point move. And if you look here towards this one right here, you get another $10 move. And then from here, it's just about $10 right now that we're running into, about 11.83 now. So each time it's extended about the flag extension. I think it starts holding up here towards 56 or 57s. We'll see if it can start up and get past that level. Definitely been pushing. It was going to be on Mad Money. I could see a turnaround, but let's go ahead and see a Fisker. Fisker also pushing into the close. Of course, this is going to be revealed tomorrow, the ocean. As you guys can see, this has been really pushing on up. I think we're going to get closer towards 25, and then we could start seeing a turnaround. So, of course, we could call this level right here. This is that 2363 that we're running into right now. This is a prior resistance. I'm looking for a little move above this, but I don't think we're going to get too much after this. We'll get a pullback. Looking for that push above maybe the 24, 25, and then a pullback back down. Another one to keep on watch, GGPI, right, is one of the favorites in the chat and also in the social media out there. So we've been waiting to see what's going to happen with GGPI. Of course, Polestar here. If you look at the daily chart, it's actually not bad. Let's go ahead and let's clean this up a little bit. Let's delete the drawings here. Let's take a look at the hourly chart to find an hourly pattern here. And if you could see the first resistance right here, let's start drawing a trend line here as you guys can see, this is actually setting up really well here for a breakout going into tomorrow. I'm going to keep a close eye on GGPI. I think this one could move on up, and you potentially could see this one being the rocket tomorrow. Of course, you do got multiple resistance tries, so look for that pullback here towards the support. I would look for another pullback because you got that third test right here. Let it come back somewhere in this area, and I'd look for a buy tomorrow, as it could come back on up there through the 16. But if it breaks on out right now, hey, you can't do nothing about it. We'll see if it gets on up there. Looks like it's trying to get back up there through the 1550s. It did have one spike to 16 today. We'll see if it can get back on up there towards 16 and maybe opening up tomorrow at 16. If it does that, I mean, you're definitely pushing through these daily highs, and you did not test this gap down area, which is very important in GGPI. Another one that I wanted to mention here is GOEV. This is Canoe. Canoe also having a good pop, 17 million shares popping on. This one usually doesn't have day 2 or day 3 moves, so just be careful. But it did have a nice pop on up. We've been seeing EV sector doing well. Who knows? Maybe this one's a good pullback towards 10 and could start pushing back on up there. Maybe make a move towards 12. Maybe up here towards 1180s. We'll see what happens on GOEV. All right, I now want to go into some of these stocks that it's time to get into the story. Definitely want to smash the like. If you guys can support the show, definitely hit that thumbs up. That's what it's all about. GOEV, Noah. There you go. I talked about it. I hope you enjoyed me touching that name. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look here at some other names here. I want to get into the story here on why I'm shorting HUT and really where this came from. I'm just going to be straight up honest. I'm not against Bitcoin mining stocks. I'll be honest, guys. I do think these are long-term holds, especially if you got in earlier on in the year. Now, one thing I do know is that these are a little bit extended. They've been pushing and pushing throughout the year. So I've been looking for turnarounds, and it looks like we got a major one yesterday. Where did this come from? Of course, this came from Mara. So let's go ahead and let's take a look at that turnaround. Let's look at the hourly chart so you can see how quickly of a turnaround we had. So this stock was actually setting up for a bullish breakout here on the hourly and was looking like it wanted to break out, right? It was giving that peak, dip down. Looks like it was trying to recover here and push on through the 76, get up there towards the 80. And what it actually did was it turned around hard. It went down about almost 30% immediately. Why did this happen? Of course, yesterday there was released the news that it received a subpoena to produce documents and communications concerning the Hardin, Montana data center facility. Of course, Bitcoin and Ethereum miners said that it would cooperate with the SEC. They said that we understand that the SEC may be investigating whether or not there have been any violation of federal security laws. The company said in its 10Q, we are cooperating with the SEC. And earlier on Monday, Mara said it also did an offering of 500 million convertible senior notes in a private offering. If you guys remember, in October 2020, Mara entered a number of agreements with multiple parties to design and build the data center for up to 100 megawatts in Hardin. So Marathon entered into these agreements with Beowulf Energy to co-locate its Bitcoin mining data center at the Bighorn Data Hub, which comprises of 20 acres of land adjacent to Beowulf's Hardin generating station. 105 megawatts power facility located in Hardin, Montana. So Marathon also issued 6 million shares of stocks in the decision related to the construction agreements for its Montana facility. So with that reaction that happened here, this really got me interested because if Mara was going to go down 30%, I was wondering how would the other ones be affected? You guys know how I'm always about playing the relationships. So to me, this was a relationship to start trying to look for shorts. So I started looking for shorts around. I wanted to see what struggled. So yesterday, Riot really tried to push on up here, as you can see from the 15th, and it looked like it was breaking out. But what ended up happening is it ended up gapping down today and actually going sideways here. Could it come back on up and rip on through? Yes, I do think that's a possibility. But if it does break down here, that's just giving us more signs on stocks like BTBT. Let's go to Bit Digital here. It's been struggling also to get above this 1 hour chart. If we, I've been actually trading this one multiple times on the bull side, so you guys know that I'm not just a bear against these Bitcoin stocks. But really, I've just been looking at this, and it's just been kind of weak and weak. I feel like if this cracks on down through 10, this could come back down towards 775, and that's BTBT. So let's suddenly start getting towards the one that we're looking at, right, which is HUT. And so what do I see here, guys? So first thing I do see is it seems like there's a head and shoulders here showing up on the hourly chart. This is the hourly chart. We could take a look also on the daily. So you could see that would be the head. This would be the shoulders. And it looks like a head and shoulder to me. So of course, patterns are always, it could be that my biased eyes are seeing it in one way. We don't know for sure. This has nothing to do exactly with HUT, but I'm expecting to see some weak action come into tomorrow. It's okay to see a little bit of a pushback today, but you want to see that follow through of the elevator move down tomorrow. So I did take this one, guys. I took it on options. Let me go ahead and take a look here. I don't do options much here, but I'll go ahead and I'll let you guys know my strike. So I got the $14 puts. So I have the $14 puts, and it's expiring just on Friday. So YOLOs. You know, I normally don't take options. I'm not that type of person, but I wanted to take one live on live trading. So I did take this absolutely live. So if you guys don't know what that show is, live trading with Benzinga, every single morning we're trading live with you guys starting at 9 a.m. We'll go all the way until 10:30, sometimes until 11, but definitely check it out if you haven't. And I try to break down these trades before I get in them so that by the time you get into here, you kind of know my idea, and it's not kind of like I'm just bringing in cherry picking. But let's take a look here at HUT. How's it doing after hours? After hours, it's actually bouncing on up here. So not what we wanted to see. We wanted to see if it was going to flush out here, at least for my trade idea. It was looking good. It was coming down towards 379. Now we're getting a little boost on up here to 433s. Well, we want to see if this holds 1450s, because that's really the turnaround spot that I saw. So let me show you guys right now. So dead cat bounce is the pattern. It's pulling down, comes on up here, has a resistance, started breaking down. We don't want it to get back on up here. If it does get on back on up here, we could just cut the trade and get out of the trade. We're looking for the stock to get on back down into the 13s. If it does get into the 13s, we'll be in a good profit position going into the trade. Of course, this is a swing trade, so no promises on either side, but I want you guys to know either way. You know, at the end of the day, I'm not really bearish HUT, but I do think that it could break down here. We'll see what happens on this trade. I hope that you guys appreciated me breaking it down exactly how I'm going after it. And definitely, like Bourne says, smash that like. Let's keep it going. Hammer down. All right, guys. So this is the time when you guys can go ahead and give me the stocks that you guys want me to talk about. I still got plenty of stocks to talk about. So if you guys want me, I could talk about a really nice higher price stock. Playboy had a rip today. There was a good meta play, VRAR. You can take a look at AMD's big push. I'm still in SPI. So if you guys want to take a look at some of those names, but there's a lot going on out there. So I'll also take names from you guys. Drop them in the chat. And if I'll see it. Definitely smash the like though. If you don't smash the like, I mean, I can't get you on here, but I'll start running through there. I see a lot of tickers running through. Let's go to the first one that was mentioned. Be Sharp. I don't know if you're still out here. Definitely say hello if you're still here. But you wanted me to take a look at this one, IRNT. Let's take a look. I like the sideways action on the hourly. One thing I always look for on the hourly is attempts to break down or patterns that are showing longer term patterns here. This looks to me like an inverse head and shoulders. So a bullish pattern down here, but really this has retraced this whole pattern. So it's kind of a brand new trade here. So try not to get so caught up about what happened here, because this has already retraced. right? And so if you really look at it, this was in between this pattern and it would have came back in between there, but it really didn't. It started breaking down there, going back down to the support. So you're looking for that next breakout. So I would pay attention more, not on that big move, but on this smaller move. What did you get? So on that smaller move, last time you got what? You got a nice push on up, a pull back, kind of a harmy, and then the volume started coming in through. So if you can see that it was kind of a inverse head and shoulders here also, right before it. So I do like the call now. It's not a bad call to call the bottom here. I could see why you're approaching it, and at least you know you're out. To me, my out would be down below these lows. So you could even use down here towards 1033. And I would give myself that ability to at least know my out on the downside and give myself that upside potential. Where could this go on the upside? I think this could go up at least towards the next resistance. Next resistance is 1158. And then from there, it could go on up to 13. We'll see if it gets on up and gets that volume. This is IRNT, cybersecurity, SPAC stock. So hope you like that one, Sharp. I got you, man. I told you I wouldn't let you down. All right, let's go ahead. Let's keep going through it. Looks like Dan talking about AMC. I'm kicking myself. I still would have loved to have AMC at 40. That's where I said I'd rebuy it. But of course, I was working and not focusing when it went through that yesterday. I would have still bought up 40s. You know, that was a perfect spot for me to rebuy in and risk off the 38s. So you risk $2 looking for that move up there towards 45 and above. So let's see if this one can keep moving. Now that we're above these levels, I don't want to see us get towards 38. So let's see if we can just break on through 45 going into the next day or two. That's the way you want to see AMC. You don't want to see it wait. You want to see it load up and go. All right, Born talking about SPI. This is one that we actually traded live on live trading. I got this from the chat. They gave me the news catalyst as it hit the tape, and I took the assessment and took the trade, you guys. I've been in this one since 5:15. So let's take a look here today. It did push on up there towards the high of 653, looking like it wanted to get to 7. This one we've been actually in since all the way back here, guys, since this would be Thursday last week. We got in it. We're still holding it right now. We did take some into this above 550 mark. Now we're looking to get it above that 650 going into 7. If it does break down 6, we might take that profit into tomorrow. I'll give it a little room towards maybe 590s, but we're not going to let this get all the way back to 515 from here. It's already become a 20% winner, and we'll look to nail it down tomorrow. But SPI is still looking good. It's still looking bullish. Let's take a look here on the daily, how it pushed on up. Get on up towards that 650. Tomorrow, you want to see it clear that 650. Maybe try 6, but really holding and getting back on up there towards the 650. And that 200-day moving average, we want to clear it, 634. Very important number tomorrow to watch is that 634. Look for some buyers to step in there. Sundial talking with Dan here. Sundial is one that I'm going to be watching into the 19th. So we're talking about Friday. So Thursday is where I'll be watching Sundial. Of course, that's because of the reshare purchase program. I'm looking for this stock to get down and close this gap. So if it can close this gap, somewhere in here is where I want to go ahead and look to see it kind of close that gap and then get on right back up there. So it popped on up here. We're looking for it to get on up there to maybe the 75 cents and then come back on up through the $1 because of that reshare purchase agreement that should go on the 19th. Let's keep going. I'd rather you talk about strategy. Hey, I'll keep trying to do that easy way, and I'll try to mix it in here like I try to do, guys. I let you guys know how I would trade things, and then you guys can take that approach and go about it the way you want to. Guyano, I hope you enjoyed that SPI. Let's keep going. What do you think about PayPal we'll be doing this week? I'll take a look, Christopher. Looks like there's a lot out here. Please do SPY, reach 470 midday trader lounge. I got you. I stayed in Prague, still looks strong. Hey, Born, I'll keep you in there. I'll keep watching that one tomorrow, and we'll talk about it on live trading. All right, let's go ahead. What's another one? Blaze Noah bringing in here. Let's take a look at that one. BLZE. So Black Blaze, this one's a new IPO, right? I'll be honest, no, I almost bought this one pre-IPO. I do have an account on Robinhood that has a little bit of money for IPOs and different kind of swing trades that I just want to take. But to me, Blaze seemed interesting. I didn't go after it. I don't know too much about this company. Noah, if you do know about this company and you want to come on Money Mitch, please email me, Mitch@Benzinga, and I'll bring you on to talk about Black Blaze. All right, let's keep going. Let's go to the next one up here. Carla talking about Olo. I got you, Carla. Let's go ahead. Let's take a look here. This is another mining stock. Looks like it, and looks like we're getting on up there towards this push here. Let me take a look here at my HUT trade. How we doing? We rejected from the 1430s back down to 1419s. I'm still holding on, guys. 1450. Remember, if that happens, y'all yell at me and tell me to get out. Ola, this is an interesting one. I mean, look at the daily. The daily looks interesting. The weekly looks better. And the monthly looks even cleaner. This is why I like using what's called multi-time frames, right? Because when we use multi-time frames and we can find a pattern that shows up on all of them, that's what we want to see. So we're in this flag pattern. Now we're looking to get on out. How many times of resistance have we had? So it was this first push, second push, third push. Now we're looking for what? The breakout move here. It should break out. We always talk about after 3 attempts to break out, we look for a support hold. So if the stock goes up, comes on up through here, then breaks on back down. Do you see how this kind of happens, guys? It literally draws it out for you. And this is why I love taking this approach of rule of 3, is that you're literally looking for support and resistance versus trying to call the stock. You're trying to call price action versus trying to call entry. And then once you look for that hold of support, this is that third hold, you get 1, 2, 3, we look for breakout. That's going to be looking good right now, guys. I'll be looking for this one to break on out. And you know what? I'll actually set an alert here at $6 for us. 598s. We'll see if this can break out tomorrow. Thank you for bringing that one to the chat, Carla. All right, what's going on out there, Dan? How you doing? What's up? What's up? Hope you're enjoying that, Dan. I got you, man. I'm trying to get through a lot of them. I got to get on out of here, though. Up next, you got Cannabis Insider. What? Yeah, we got Cannabis Insiders coming on next. Cannabis content. I'm not used to them being on Tuesdays. Normally, I can get a little bit of extra. I would have got to some other stocks, but hey, I got to get on out of here, guys. Do me the favor, though. Please smash the like button if you guys enjoy Money Mitch. I'm trying to give you guys more and more. Tomorrow we'll be on, but at 4:30, not 4 o'clock. So come and join us tomorrow. We'll keep talking some stocks. You guys will find out about my HUT trade. I got to get you guys on over. We'll see you next time. Learn about some cannabis. It's coming on up. Cannabis Insider. We'll see you next time, guys. I wish I could stick around, but like always, not enough time to talk all these stocks.